Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are mourning the loss of their beloved dog, Chewie, who died on Tuesday, February 4th, at the age of 17. The couple opened up Wednesday's episode of Live with Kelly and Mark by revealing the news of Chewie's death. Consuelos sharing that the pair had to put down the white and brown Shih Tzu. "We had a rough day yesterday. We had to say goodbye to Chewie yesterday," he said, explaining that the pair had a vet come to their New York City apartment for in-home humane euthanasia. Chewie had stopped eating for a couple of days and had been eating less and less for the past few weeks. She was extremely dehydrated and had some neurological stuff going down, Consuelos said. "And you think, okay, I'm doing the right thing. This is going to be not easy, but it's probably one of the toughest things we've had to do as a married couple. I know pet owners at home can understand this," he added. "It takes a pet owner to understand this kind of loss. It's grief. It really is grief. But knowing that we did the right thing because it was just going to be really, really bad." Over the next few days, for her, Ripa and Consuelos got Chewie after Ripa first met the dog during an adoption segment on Live. "If it wasn't for this show, we wouldn't know Chewie," Consuelos noted. "She grew up with our kids." As he spoke, a visibly upset Ripa wiped away tears, eventually burying her head in her hands. "I know you're taking it hard, so I'll do the heavy lifting," Consuelos told his wife. But Ripa wanted to speak, apologizing to the audience for her tears. "I'm really sorry. I thought I got it all out. Guys, I really thought I got it all out and I apologize because this is not how I wanted this to go down," she said. The Emmy winner went on to share memories of Chewie. "She gave us so much," Ripa said. "We're filled with gratitude for this dog. As each one of our kids left for college and moved out on our own, Chewie remained right there, our steadfast companion. We've been so lucky. We're very fortunate people in our lives. We've not had loss in our lives, a tremendous loss like this. We still have all of our parents. We're so fortunate," Ripa said. "I feel very bad crying in front of you when people have there are much bigger problems in the world, and I understand that. But you have to understand that this dog was so special, and she was such a great girl." The couple told live viewers that they received a wave of support from friends after news of Chewie's death spread. "It was, dare I say, presidential," Ripa joked. People like the mail carrier. People came to say goodbye to Chewie because she was such a beloved member of the community. Not just our dog, she was like the neighborhood dog." Ripa then revealed the touching things she did after Chewie's death. "She never let us kiss her face. She was very precious about her face. She was not that dog," the talk show host recalled. "And after she passed away last night, I kissed her 1,000 times. On her face. I kissed her nose. I'd never kissed her nose before. I know that she was like somewhere in dog heaven, pissed off," Ripa joked. "But I didn't care because it just was so nice to have that," said Consuelos. "You were a great dog mom. She adored you." Chewie was one of 2 dogs in the Consuelos family. The live hosts are also pet parents to Lena, a Maltese Shih Tzu mix that Ripa adopted in 2020. Over the past few weeks on Live, Ripa and Consuelos have updated viewers on Chewie's health. They explained that the ailing dog could no longer walk and had stopped acting like herself. "We're going to get through this," Consuelos told a crying Ripa on Wednesday. "All together, we're going to get through it." When the cameras felt too bright, Kelly Ripa breaks down over Chewie's death. "The lights on Live with Kelly and Mark may shine bright every morning, but on February 5th, 2025, they illuminated something raw and deeply human when Kelly Ripa began to cry." Mark Consuelos opened the show with quiet gravity. "We had a rough day yesterday. We had to say goodbye to Chewie yesterday," he said, delivering the news that their faithful 17-year-old Shih Tzu had been euthanized in their New York City apartment after a painful decline. She had stopped eating, become extremely dehydrated, and developed neurological issues. "It was, as he described, probably one of the toughest things we've had to do as a married couple beside him." Kelly Ripa sat enveloped in grief, silent at first. As Consuelos continued, he acknowledged that only other pet owners could truly understand the grief. "It takes a pet owner to understand this kind of loss. It's grief. It really is grief. A bond made live. Chewie wasn't just a family dog, she was a living chapter of their marriage and household." As Mark gently reminded the audience, "If it wasn't for this show, we wouldn't know Chewie. She grew up with our kids. It was Liv's adoption segment that introduced Chewie, and she remained a steadfast presence as their children Michael, Lola and Joaquin grew up, leaving for college one by one. Kelly reflected with tears in her voice, as each one of our kids left for college. Chewie remained right there. Our steadfast companion, tears on air eventually. Kelly could no longer remain silent. With her voice trembling, she said, "I thought I got it all out, guys. I really thought I got it all out, and I apologize because this is not how I wanted this to go down." Her apology wasn't for being sad, it was for breaking the polished pattern of the broadcast. But her grief was real. She gave us so much. We're filled with gratitude for this dog. As each one of our kids left for college, Chewie remained right there. Mark saw her pain and offered support. "I know you're taking it hard, so I'll do the heavy lifting," he said, wrapping her in comfort. Kelly paused, head in hands, letting the moment breathe with grief and love. A presidential goodbye. Kelly remembered the flood of community support, neighbors, friends. Even the mailman came to say goodbye. People like the mail carrier. People came to say goodbye to Chewie because she was such a beloved member of the community. Not just our dog, she was like the neighborhood dog. In tears, she laughed softly. It was, dare I say, presidential. Amid sadness, there was gentleness in the tribute. A final kiss, a small moment, carried huge emotional weight. Kelly shared that Chewie had never permitted her to kiss her face, but after Chewie passed, Kelly kissed her face 1,000 times, pressing kisses to her nose. "I know that she was like somewhere in dog heaven. Pissed off," Kelly joked tearfully. "But I didn't care because it just was so nice to have that." Mark looked at Kelly and said, "You were a great dog, Mom. She adored you." The days after, grief that lingers, heartbreak didn't leave with that one televised moment. In the following week, Kelly admitted she still wasn't prepared. "I'm still not over the loss of Chewie. Everything becomes Chewie," she said while recounting how watching Super Bowl commercials triggered emotional reactions. Even for beer ads with Clydesdale horses reminded her of her pup's frailty. She confessed, "I won't get into it. I'm still not over it, decider." Mark assured her and viewers that what they were feeling was normal. "We've met so many people who have experienced the same loss. It's very normal," he said. "The only way to get over it is to get through it. It'll get better. I promise." Chewie's legacy, a tribute through time. Keeley shared a poignant Instagram tribute that allowed fans to relive Chewie's life from the moment Kelly adopted her on live to family road trips and everyday quiet moments. The tribute, set to a rendition of Coldplay's The Scientist sung by their daughter, Lola, was an emotional mosaic of memories. Kelly wrote, "We ache for her every single day. We still look for her and call to her and frankly feel lost. We were the luckiest family to have loved and been loved by Chewie." In the same post, she acknowledged not being ready to let go. "Weaving together grief and gratitude, we are so grateful for the almost 18 years we had with this special lady. She grew up with our kids, our stoic, constant companion." Chewie's place in their story. Chewie's journey through the Ripa Consuelos household spanned nearly 2 decades. From an adoption segment on live TV to a family beloved by a community, Chewie was integral in their story. Together, Kelly and Mark shared love, parenting, and public life, but always anchored at home by Chewie's steady presence. She was there for milestone after milestone. The kids' first steps, goodbye hugs as they left for college, homecomings with suitcases and stories in tow. The healing power of shared grief, their decision to speak vulnerably on live television turned a personal loss into shared solace. Thousands of viewers, many pet owners, themselves sent condolences and empathy. Ripa and Consuelos did not isolate their grief. They spoke it. They filmed it. They honored Chewie's memory in every moment. They revealed that grief through the love of a pet is not diminished by scale. It is real, and it is necessary to feel. In Kelly's words, "We've been so lucky. We still have all of our parents. But this dog was so special." Reflections on love, loss, and the bonds that linger. This emotional chapter of Live with Kelly and Mark offered a universal truth. Love isn't measured in words but in presence. In small rituals like waiting at the door, greeting newcomers with curiosity, or staying by the couch during a Monday morning coffee break. Chewie may no longer wait with a wagging tail, but the imprint of her warmth remains on the Consuelos family, their audience, and the ethos of the show where she first came into their lives. Mark's words,